Okay, so if you're watching this video, have either already started on this work and you're checking to see if you're on the right track and you have the correct answers, or you are completely stuck and would like further support. Hopefully, you took good notes. Hopefully, you were paying attention. Hopefully, you're using the other resources like the examples in the lesson objective page. But this is one piece of the puzzle. We're going to do number one together, and we'll do number three together. But you do need to complete numbers 2 and 4 on your own doing your very best job. All right. So the first thing we do is we're going to read the directions. And after every direction, it tells you what examples to go back and look at. And no, they won't be the exact same problems, but they'll be the same kinds of problems, and you'll see what process they go through to actually solve it. Okay. So we're going to determine and compare the median and the mode. So we're going to have to do two things for number one. The list of data are math scores 97, 90, 97, 85, 92, and 86. So the very first thing we're going to do is put this in order from least to greatest. So the very lowest value is going to be 85. Okay. And then we're going to cross that out, and we have 86, and then 92, and then 97. Okay. So to find the median, it's going to be the number in the middle, but this is an even number. So it's going to be somewhere in between 86 and 92. So to find that, we're going to have to add these two numbers together. So I'm going to go ahead and set that addition problem up. And I get 178. And then the next part of this process is we're going to take 178 and we're going to divide that by 2 to find out what's halfway between these two numbers. So here's my division bar. And 2 will go into 17 8 times. Okay, the difference is 1. And then 2 will go into 18 9 times. So over here, I'm going to write that my median is equal to 89. Now, the mode is the number that happens the most often. But as you can see, all four of these numbers are different. So the mode does not exist. There is no mode. And that's the answer to number one. Number two, you're going to do on your own. And again, go back and look at the examples 1 through 4, and you'll see exactly what to do for this problem. Now, for number 3, it says to summarize the average speeds using the measures of center. It does not specifically say which ones, so you have to use all the ones we know so far. So we're going to have to actually find the median as well as the mode, but also what we did the other day, which is the mean. We're going to have to try actually all three things, and then we're going to compare them and summarize and describe how they're similar, how they're different. Okay. So the very first thing we have to do is we're going to have to write all of these out in order. I'm going to press pause to write this out, and I'll be right back. All right, I was very careful to look for the smallest value, write it down. I noticed there were two of them. There are two 40s. Then there was a 41, 44, 44, 44, 44, 46, 50, 50, 52, 52. So now that I've actually did this in order from least to greatest, the next thing I need to do is to go ahead and find the median. I'm going to find the median first. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so I'm going to double check that I have the right number here. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, so there's 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is halfway between 44 and 44? Well, that is going to be 44. So the median is 44. So I'm going to just write this up here. The median is 44. Now I'm looking for mode, and you know what? 40 happens twice, but you know what? 50 happens twice, and 52 happens twice. And you're like, well, maybe those are the mode, but they're not, because there's one number that happens a whole lot more than that, and that is 44. So actually, the mode is also going to be 44, which brings us to our friend the mean. And that means we're going to have to add all of these up, and then we're going to divide them by the total number of pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and set this problem up. I'm going to press pause to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you an update of what I've done so far. I noticed that 40, 40, and 41 are really close to each other. 40 plus 40 is 80, plus another 40 would be 120, but then there's one more. So one of my values I'm going to add up is going to be, and I'm going to change my color just so that it doesn't get confusing. So one of the values I'm adding will be 121, and that's going to represent these first three. Then I notice there's four that are all the same number. 44 plus 44 is 88. 44 plus 44 is 88. When I added those two together, I got 176. So that's going to be another chunk of data. Then I notice 50 plus 50 is 100, plus 46 would be 146. And then, of course, 52 plus 52, if you double that, 50 plus 50 is 100. 2 plus 2 is 104. So this is a lot easier to add up than doing every single number. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 1 is 7. So that's 17. Carry that. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 7 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Carry that. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so the last thing that I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to use this room up here, 547, and I'm going to divide it by the number 12, because that's how many pieces of data there are. I have to know my math facts, so please study them if you don't know them. 4 times 12 is 48. And I'm going to borrow 14 minus 8 is 6. Bring down the 1. 5 times 12 is 60. And that's going to have a remainder of 1. And I'm going to go ahead and write this as a fraction, just for giggles. Okay, so the mean is going to be 45 and 1/12. So if I look at these three numbers, of course, two of them are exactly the same. And really, 44 and 45 are, and a little bit more, there's only one away from each other. So what I would do to summarize this is I would say they are very close. Wow, and if my pen worked, it would be even more impressive. But just pretend I wrote very close.